following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
It's still real to me, damn it!
This is the gargoyle of the front row fanatics, and you're watching my two good friends on Top Rope Reality.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Top Rope Reality, episode 146, part 3. Let's talk about that. And we're going to talk about making the move. Who gained? Who lost? Who stayed the same? You're thinking, making the move? What are they talking about, making the move? Who's making the move? We're talking about NXT stars who made the move up to SmackDown on Raw. Now, each week we're going to go over, or each show, we're going to go over 10
till we run out of
stars,
people.
run out of people who've made the move. Yes.
Exactly. So we're going to start out with number one.
Number one.
She's my girl.
She's a booty shaker.
She's my kryptonite, if you will.
5 feet of fury.
Exactly. She is little Miss Bliss. And
Yes.
sometimes she gets blissed off.
She does get blissed off.
And that is Alexa Bliss. And I would have to say, she started out going from NXT to SmackDown with little to no wrestling shown.
Right.
We didn't see much of her. She was just a valet for Blake and Murphy, which went nowhere fast.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately.
I thought if you say, okay, which of those going up? Blake and Murphy's coming up first for Alexa Bliss, but no.
And it would be nice if Blake and Murphy were still together and we saw them doing their thing, but apparently not.
No.
But Alexa Bliss went to SmackDown, pretty much immediately made impact, went over to Raw, immediately made impact.
First woman to win both the Raw and SmackDown Women titles, not tag team titles.
Not the tag team
win
titles.
the titles. So
She had a tag team partner, she'd win those two.
nobody's done that.
Nobody. But ladies and gentlemen, Alexa Bliss, I would have to say, she gained
Yes.
tremendously by getting onto the main roster.
By her moving up, it was a good thing. So now we're going to Alicia Fox.
Yes. Which, and she did some stuff down in NXT.
Yes.
But she came still from that era of OVW.
Well, some of these are Florida too. Florida Championship.
Right, yeah, because she was at OVW and then she went to Florida Championship, and then it turned into NXT. But while she was at Florida Championship, she had come up. Now she did go back down and do some stuff and then come back up again.
So I mean,
To me, she hasn't done a ton anyway.
No.
In her career. She's won the championship when it was the Divas Championship at least once.
Yes.
But I would kind of say that she's stayed at a plateau the entire time.
She has.
So if she's not on the show, she's not missed. If she's on the show, she does add to it to a degree.
If she went back to NXT.
And there was an interview I was listening to with Drew McIntyre, and it was before he won the belt too, and he was saying he wants NXT to be viewed as the same. So when the Superstar Shakeup happens, it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT. So people from Raw and SmackDown get in the shakeup and they go to NXT.
And some of them, I believe, would help some of them.
It would.
I can tell you two right now that would help.
Tell me all about it.
Rhino and Heath Slater.
Oh, absolutely. They need to go down there and be a tag team down there.
Because they moved from SmackDown to Raw and did squat.
Did absolutely nothing.
But they're not on the list right now.
They're not on the list.
They may not be on the list. Heath
May
may
not
be
be.
even. Next, Apollo
Rhino
Crews.
did come from NXT, but he also came from ECW.
Yes. Apollo Crews.
He has honestly, in my opinion, lost a lot of luster. He came in with a lot of hype in NXT.
He come up too soon.
He came up before the Superstar Shakeup stuff, before that first that draft or whatever. He popped up out of nowhere and came in on the Raw after one of the WrestleManias. And
no, Crews should still be in NXT. I mean, he may come up now, but he should have been through several takeovers before even thinking about making the move.
Right. Yeah, they didn't hardly do anything with him, but I mean, he had a lot of hype.
Yeah, I think him being in NXT, he could have been NXT champion.
Right. If they would have left him down there long enough.
Yeah. He could have carried the NXT title. But now, I mean, there's nothing. I mean,
yeah, they definitely pulled the trigger too soon on him,
yes.
And now, like, if you were to sit there and tell me that he was going to be part of the Titus brand, and so was Tozawa, I would say, well, Apollo Crews is going to gain from that, and he has not.
No.
Tozawa did somewhat for a very short time, but
Yeah,
it's pretty sad.
it is pretty sad. Next is Bayley.
It's hard to say, but she did a lot in NXT.
Oh, a lot, yeah.
She's been champion a couple times now, right? On Raw? Once? Okay, only once. The match quality, in my opinion, for her went down when she went to Raw.
She ain't getting the big fan approval that she got in NXT.
Right. I think people are just like wore out from it.
Yes.
They're bored of it already.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happens sometimes when you shove people down their throats. But I like Bayley. I like her style. I like her matches, but honestly, I felt like she was better suited in NXT. Sometimes the transition doesn't go well.
No.
Sometimes it doesn't transition right, you know, and they'd be better off staying down there in NXT.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, for instance, I know this person's not on the list, but Cassius Ohno probably going to end up being better off not going to the main roster.
Yep.
And that could have been what Bayley needed, was to stay down there.
Yeah, because right now, I mean, it's already, you know.
It's been lackluster.
It has.
And then, of course, number 5, rounding out our Raw people right now, is Big Cass. He got hit with a big injury here recently, but...
yeah, I believe he was going to gain.
Oh, absolutely. I believe that he has gained from coming from NXT. Being in the tag team, you know, they never won the NXT tag titles, they never won the Raw tag team titles, and then they split up, and, you know, and he's been in matches with, you know, people like The Big Show and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think, honestly, there was stuff to be gained from that, and unfortunately he got hurt, but I think when he comes back, as long as they still see something that they want to do with him, I think that he'll continue to gain.
Yes. Hopefully the love for Cass that the back office has
will continue.
Yeah, if it changes, then we don't know what they're going to do. So.
And they may do one of these things where they send him over to SmackDown when he comes back.
That's true.
And the Superstar shakeup while he's injured, they may go ahead and move him over or something like that, which is fine.
Yeah.
You know, who cares?
Right now it doesn't matter.
I just realized we didn't change our screen.
We did not change our
Dun, dun, dun. Hey, there it is.
There it is.
I like that much better.
Yeah.
And then we have number 6, one of our SmackDown people, Aiden English. And let's just say he has lost everything.
He has. They were tag team.
They were tag team champions down in NXT.
Yeah, they stunk as a tag team, but they're starting to build him back up. But right now he's
I liked them as the tag team down in NXT. The Vaudevillains, I liked them in NXT.
It just didn't go over. It was like
When it came to the main roster, it definitely
a
didn't
big
go over.
turd. And now him by himself singing again, which he used to do that before he was the Vaudevillains. He's kind of gaining a little bit. We'll have to see where this goes. I mean, he's got wins over big name people.
Right. Now he's kind of... It looks like they're trying to put him with Rusev somehow.
Which is fine.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he's definitely lost a lot, so we'll see in the future when
Yes.
maybe we revisit this list later on down the road if he's gained any more. Number 7, Baron Corbin.
Baron Corbin.
Dun, dun, dun.
He's gained from NXT, but he's also lost.
Yeah,
You know what I'm trying to
I would say he would gain, but I wouldn't say lost. I'd say he plateaued. He's gained
So
his
his
gain
gain
and then he stayed the
the
same.
same. Okay.
He gained from initially coming on to the main roster.
Yes.
You know, he did the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He did win that, which, I mean, the Battle Royal in itself means nothing. But the fact that he came in not being on the main roster and won it as his first main roster match is a big deal.
It is.
Being on WrestleMania and everything. But, you know, he came in, he got the, what do you call it?
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank and everything. And he's only one of very few people in history that have cashed in and not won.
Right.
Damien Sandow.
Where's he at now?
Exactly. To say that Jack Swagger cashed in and won the belt and Baron Corbin couldn't do it is scary sad.
It is scary. But we'll have to see what happens. Right now, he's like you said. I said he gained. He's stayed the same.
If he wins a belt, then he'll have gained.
We'll see. Well, this will come to Hell in a Cell then.
Yeah, maybe he'll get the title off of AJ Styles. We don't know. Because eventually they gotta hopefully work towards Nakamura and AJ Styles, so AJ may not need the U.S. title for that.
He needs to win the Royal Rumble. So.
True that.
It's kind of hard for him to win Royal Rumble. And not really, I guess not. It's kind of hard for him and Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble, but not really if they both fall out at the same time. That's fine. Up next, we have Becky Lynch.
Yes, we do. I would have to say that she's
gained.
She's gained, yeah.
Now she's lost some.
She went up and then she went back down, and
she was the first SmackDown women's champion,
and that helped her.
Yes, but now that she's lost the belt, it's like she's just pretty much.
She kind of just background noise.
It's out in La La Land out there.
Yeah, and it kind of hurts sometimes because they don't have a lot of spots for the women yet. They're still working towards, the whole women's revolution and everything. So you don't get a lot of different women's matches on one show. So.
No, you don't.
And then you got Big E. He
gained.
was very early on in the NXT program before it got real big. He was the NXT champion, one of the very first ones. He was actually number 2. He beat Seth for it.
Yep.
And
Tag team champion.
And then he came to Raw, and he immediately went with Dolph and AJ Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of plateaued. After the Dolph thing, he was just kind of there. And then he had nothing, and then once the New Day thing finally caught on, it soared.
Yeah.
It took a little while, but it took about a year to really get where they were going, get their footing. But it definitely worked out pretty well.
I mean, he's one of the ones that beat Demolition's record.
True.
And now they're SmackDown Live two-time tag team champions. So Big E, he's on the game. He's on the move right now.
Right.
Will he ever be world champion?
We don't know. Now they have said if they ever split the three of them up, that he would be the one that would get the big singles push. Because obviously, Kofi would probably be near his way out once they split them up because he is older than them, and Xavier Woods. I honestly think one day he'll be one of the ones in the broadcast booth. He's a good talker.
Yeah.
I think he could transition well to be a broadcaster.
And could I be surprised to see Xavier as United States champion? No.
No. But at the same time, he's not going to... I don't think they're going to push him a lot, in my opinion. I think he's kind of like Enzo, where they want him on TV, but they don't have him wrestle a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
they want him to talk, but they don't want him in the ring a lot. It's weird. But finally, rounding out the who gained, who lost, and who stayed the same, we've got Byron Saxton, who came from NXT. He was originally a wrestler. He was originally in one of the NXT shows when they were doing it on Sci-Fi in the competition thing. He was one of those because he was a wrestler. And then he eventually transitioned into being a announcer, color commentator, interviewer. He's done all that in NXT. And then eventually he got pulled up to, he's done Raw, and now he's on SmackDown.
Right.
I would have to say that
205 Live. Or was
it's a one-time thing.
Hopefully so. We'll find out next week.
Because Corey he did it one time for the pay-per-view, so we will see what happens with Nigel. But anyway, Byron Saxton, I do believe, has gained for coming from NXT.
Yeah.
So I thought he was going to be one of those ones that was like kind of annoying, kind of you don't want to have to hear, kind of like Michael Cole can be sometimes.
Yeah. Vintage.
But I think Byron kind of came into his own. He has that quirky, like geeky type nerdy thing going on, but it works for him.
It does.
And it makes him different from the rest of them, which I like it.
It does. That's true. Well, that's the 10 there from Making the Move. Next time we'll have 10 more to see if they've gained, lost, or stayed the same. Let's go over now to the network. As we talk about Hell in a Cell coming up next Sunday.
We have an attacker!
Crazy Indie Cat. And No Mercy, which was past Sunday.
It's very true.
Past Sunday, next Sunday. It's all about right for WWE in the pay-per-views here.
That is true.
On the network.
Fruling 9.99.
Well, so far we know we have 7 matches. Could be one more added on this week on the go-home show for SmackDown.
Well, we need a pre-show match.
Yes, but right now we have Jinder Mahal, the champion, taking on Shinsuke Nakamura.
It's the second attempt,
the
right?
WWE Championship, yes.
Maybe we'll go to third time's the charm.
And a lot of people are upset this is not a Hell in a Cell match. How do you feel about that?
I don't think it needs it. They already had. Jinder's already recently had the Punjabi prison.
Right. They're just saying to keep the Sting brothers out. That's one of the reasons.
But see, they already did all that with the whole idea of the Punjabi prison.
I know.
They don't need that same stipulation for the very next feud that he's had after Randy Orton. Let them build it up. They might have something else for it. This may not be the end for that, because I think we should go third time's a charm. I think Jinder
Which is Survivor Series. Oh,
is it?
Should be, yes.
I think, honestly, I think with Jinder, I think he's doing great as champion. Yeah, Nakamura is going to have his day, but I think we should have third time's a charm. Let him win the second one by cheating again. We have a stipulation for the third one. Was there not 3 with Randy Orton? Was there not 3 matches?
3 Randy Orton, yeah.
Thank you. Let's do the 3 strikes you're out type thing, and then we'll have. Then when Jinder loses, he gets his rematch. Blah blah blah.
Which makes 4, or he can get it on SmackDown Live.
Don't do that.
So.
And then of course we have Shane McMahon taking on Kevin Owens in a Hell in the Cell match. And to me, that's the one that needs it anyway. Jinder and Nakamura doesn't have that volatile feud going on. They're
Owens and McMahon.
Jinder
Shane.
making fun of Nakamura, blah blah blah. Which, by the way, the fans need to calm the heck down. These fans freaking out. They're saying he's being racist and stuff. Like, really, people? It's a show. It's not real. It's entertainment. Like, if you watch
the heel, you
have
to make fun of the face.
You watch movies, there's bad people, and they're mean. Do you watch TV shows? Do you watch your soap operas? There's mean people. Can't all be hunky-dory and have fun.
No, but I know.
I mean, if anything, why aren't y'all upset with Kevin Owens? He attacked a senior citizen.
Yeah.
We're not freaking out about that, are we?
That's racist of age there.
Exactly. But yeah, Shane and Kevin Owens it's gonna be huge.
It's gonna be hell.
It's gonna be hell to pay.
Yes.
But that's the thing, like, I think that's the problem with this match, is that for the storyline purposes, Shane needs to get his revenge. But does Kevin Owens really need to lose to Shane McMahon? See what I'm saying there? That's what I'm torn. I'm torn.
Maybe there won't be a winner.
Dun, dun, dun.
Maybe so much hell they'll go through that they can't continue.
Boom. We'll see. We shall see. And then we have the New Day taking on the Usos in the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. Now, is that a Hell in a Cell match?
That is also a Hell in the Cell match.
I had heard it was supposed to be.
Well, they made it official.
Okay.
They said the Usos want the penitentiary. Well, let's have one. Let's have it Hell in the Cell.
Nice, the penitentiary thing. That's
Yes.
cool they brought that into it.
So, yeah. I like it.
But they've been passing the titles back and forth.
They have been passing the
I
titles
don't
back
like
and forth.
that, so I think the New Day need to keep it there.
Yes.
Let's give another tag team another chance. Let's go ahead and get Usos out the way with this. Bring another tag team into the fold after this.
New tag team, old tag team, somebody. They need them.
I'm telling you, Breezango, as much as they're over, you know the pop they would get if they won those belts?
I don't know.
Come on. But then we have Natalya and Charlotte
But
Flair.
they don't see it. But yeah, I know.
Natalya, Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Now, before we did have Charlotte and Sasha in a Hell in a Cell. So we did have a women's Hell in a Cell before.
Yeah.
So we don't have to have that 2-time in a row thing.
No.
Type thing.
I thought they don't just do two. I thought they were just going to do two.
Per
two
pay-per-view.
Hell, yeah.
Makes sense. I think Natalya needs to keep it.
I think she will cheat away and win it this time. But Flair will get it before the end of the year.
I mean, because if you think about it, Flair, literally, she has done nothing, really, since she came to SmackDown. She was the queen of Raw.
No, she was there, and then she went off.
Well, I mean, I get that. What I'm saying is, though,
But yeah,
regardless,
she's done nothing. You're
then
right.
since she got there, don't even worry about the fact, okay, she had to leave because of her dad. I get that. I'm saying while she has been there, she hasn't really done anything of significance.
Well, what you do here is you have Natalya cheat to keep it.
Right.
I know they'll probably have another one somewhere where she can cheat again or get all the girls involved, which can lead to a Survivor Series 5-on-5 match or whatever they want to do.
I think they need to do a Raw 5 versus SmackDown 5.
Whew, that'd be rough to do.
How's that rough?
Because you have some people who hate each other being on the same team, which
Then that works.
It does work.
That's part of the story, because then that fades off to the next pay-per-views. Because you cost us our team.
Yeah, I say Flair to get in it, not a Hell in the Cell, but we get in it before the year's out.
Which I'm fine with that.
She would go into 2018 as the SmackDown Women's Champion.
And I'm okay with that.
We have AJ Styles taking on Baron Corbin for the United States Championship. It should have been a triple threat. Sorry, Ty Dillinger was still involved. He should still be involved in this.
Yeah, they haven't.
And hopefully that will change this Tuesday, and they will add Ty and make it a triple threat.
Would be nice. I think Baron Corbin needs to win the belt, though.
Well, AJ will do a job. AJ says he's there to work. He knows how.
Right.
He's not there to.
And then we've got Bobby Roode taking on Dolph Ziggler. Now, do we have Dolph Ziggler continue his heel run here? Which they're again talking, oh, it could be his final run. He said that like a year ago. Do we have him continue with that and him cheat to win, or do we have Bobby Roode win his first pay-per-view match?
We have Bobby Roode win his first pay-per-view match.
Let Dolph do the job. I think it just ruins that whole feud, though. I mean, it ends right there. It's done. Dolph did that with Nakamura.
Yeah.
One and done. That's the kind of stuff I don't like. I like the old school thing of let's keep it going. Let's have the you having the face chase. You know.
Right.
It just works. And then finally, Randy Orton and Rusev. And if they're going to pull the trigger with Aiden English being kind of his sidekick, Aiden English needs to help Rusev win this match.
Well, the funny thing about it is, Randy beat him in 10 seconds at SummerSlam.
And then Rusev did the same thing.
He beat him in 9 seconds on SmackDown Live.
So this match will be 8 seconds.
No, but I like you, because Aiden English is the reason that Rusev won.
Right.
Because he just got done with Aiden. Aiden jumped back on the apron. Randy went to get him, knocked him off, turned around.
And then during the celebration thing, Randy came in and gave Aiden a RKO.
And then gave Rusev.
Right.
Yes.
So Aiden has a right to be involved in this because he keeps getting pulled into it with Randy Orton.
He does.
So in my opinion, I think that would help Rusev to keep going because he hasn't had anything since he went to SmackDown.
Right.
He's been really lackluster. And I think having that sidekick like that, I think that would help. And Aiden English, it gives him something to do.
That's true. And I do like,
Randy doesn't need to win.
That we read about, on the Starrcade. Rusev, I like to see Rusev and Styles go at it.
Rusev versus Styles.
For the United States title, yeah. That would be something different.
It's true.
And that is it for what they know. They maybe add somebody else.
They'll probably do another match for the pre-show.
Because they still got the Hype Bros out there.
They're about to split up.
Breezango's coming back this week.
They're either about to split up or they're going to go like major heel as a team.
Yes. Yes. One of the two. Yeah.
One of the two.
If they break up, then that'll be the pre-show. Let's go over what happened at No Mercy. Pre-show was Elias defeating Apollo Crews. They had no build at this match.
Of course not.
Just threw it together.
Sad.
8:35.
Sad.
So, yeah.
We got The Miz with Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel defeating Jason Jordan in Intercontinental Championship match. 10 minutes, 15 seconds. It was a very good opening match for the pay-per-view. And Jason Jordan looked good in the match.
And he's chasing.
He is chasing.
But he's just lost his chance because Roman Reigns is fixed to be Intercontinental Champion.
And that's what I figured. When they had them on the Miz TV thing, I was like, well, there we go. Roman will have the Intercontinental Championship leading up to him, so he'll look good going into WrestleMania season. Because that's what they want.
The Ultimate Warrior Hogan match is what they want.
Of course.
So Roman can stand at the end of WrestleMania with both belts.
Blah, blah, blah. Guess what? They still ain't going to cheer him.
They're not going to cheer. I don't know what Vince sees and thinks will
No
work.
matter what you keep doing, it will not change the fact that people will boo them. If you want to change, if you want to make him get cheered, you turn him full-fledged heel. run him heel for a while, and then when he turns face, he'll be the ultimate freaking baby face, just like they did with The Rock. It is like literally the easiest thing ever. Easiest. It writes itself.
You give John Cena to say all the lines that everybody on the internet says about Roman Reigns, and then he beats John Cena, which people cheered for John Cena.
Of course they were.
You know, like, no one cheers for John Cena, but they're cheering for John Cena. And then you're just telling everybody, I'm just a hard-headed old man, and you're going to get Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, and Roman Reigns, Intercontinental Champion, at WrestleMania in the main event. Deal with it.
Correct.
And okay, we're 8 months out. That's what you're going to get.
Correct.
And I think that's very piss poor.
It really is.
Did you get out of the way?
You're good. You're attacking your face on camera. And then we have Finn Balor defeating Bray Wyatt 11:35 because Bray can't win in a pay-per-view match.
Nope. And people were talking about, well, whoever wins is what they're going to go with. Okay, they're going with Finn taking on Brock.
Is that what you think they're going to go with that now?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I figured he wasn't going to defend his belt again until Daggum lost to Roman Reigns.
He's going to defend the Survivor Series. So, we got Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, the tag team champions, defeating Cesaro and Sheamus 15-55.
Oh.
And we had some blood feuds.
Did you go back and watch it?
We got some teeth rammed up in the gums.
Oh, I thought he lost 2 teeth. Nope.
I'd rather lose
his gums found them.
I'd rather lose them than have them rammed.
Oh. His look on his face.
Instead of doing like this, he went like this.
Yeah, his hands went out instead of in front of him. I don't know why.
Bounced off the metal.
I have no idea why his hands went out. That's the part that makes no sense to me. You've done this for years. Why did your hands just and not protect yourself? I mean, literally, he ate that turnbuckle. Not the turnbuckle, but
the metal
he ate the metal post.
Yes.
Like he was chomping down on it, like a dang rabbit on a carrot.
But the boy's tough. 11 minutes after. He went 11 minutes after the injury and kept wrestling. Got a standing ovation.
You could tell it was bothering him, though.
Yeah, your teeth, John. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know.
It freaked me. When I watched it, I got the chills.
We got the Fatal 5-Way women's match for the Raw Tag Team. I get the Raw
Tag Team
The
titles.
Raw's Women's Champion. I want a Raw Tag Team titles for the women.
For the women, yes.
Yes.
They got enough women for it.
They do. Alexa Bliss retained her title, which you figure she's going to do anyway because she's holding it for Asuka.
Well, apparently at the next pay-per-view, which I guess is TLC, it's going to be clearly Alexa Bliss and Mickie James.
Yes. And
Asuka will probably debut taking on either Emma or Alicia Fox, somebody that they don't care about.
Or just show up. I don't think,
I don't know. She may get her a big old win over one of the lower level women.
But yeah, Bayley took the pin, which is very shocking.
That was weird. We all thought it was going to be Emma.
Yep.
I guess they wanted to change it up on us. And then, for 22 minutes, the longest match of the night, 22:05, Roman Reigns defeated John Cena. The big dog took on Big Match John. Big versus Big.
Yeah.
And it was big. I mean, it was a good match. They know what they're doing. I'm not saying that either one of them don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, just, I understand you got to have that. Vince feels like you have that one person to ride that coattail. He had Hogan, then he had Brett, then he had Shawn, then he had Austin, and then he had The Rock, and then he had John Cena. And he had John Cena for the longest amount of time. Now he's trying to do that with Roman. I get it, but, put a little spotlight on other people too.
Yes.
And then we had Enzo Amore defeating the WWE Cruiserweight Champion in 10 minutes and 40 seconds. Neville, this is the highest the Cruiserweight title has been on the card.
I know.
It's either been the pre-show or the opening match.
Mostly been the pre-show, though.
Mostly the pre-show. So, honestly, I know the Cruiserweights probably don't like it. I don't know. I mean, of course, the storyline is they don't like him.
Right.
But, I mean, Enzo's gotten them on more TV segments. Enzo has gotten them, higher up on the card, at least for him being in the match. So, I mean, even if you're losing, hey, let me have a fun match with Enzo.
Yeah. We got Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion, defeating Braun Strowman.
In almost the shortest match of the night.
Yeah, it's in 9 minutes flat.
Shortest match of the actual pay-per-view.
Yep, it is.
Yep.
But They trying to make it for him to lose by the loss by destroying Enzo, by
And
beating one half
destroying
by
Curtis Axel. Not Curtis Axel. They're both the same, really. Kurt Hawkins. See, Curtis and Kurt, same thing, really.
and Dean Ambrose.
Yes. Do you see how many Kurts there are? There's Kurt Angle, there's Curtis Axel, there's Kurt Hawkins. Wow, I just noticed that.
Somebody needs to change some names with WWE. You love changing names so much.
They do.
And
But anyway,
yes.
and then we're going to end it out here with the Top Rope Reality Cruiserweight Tournament. Quarterfinals. First match. We'll go over all four, and then we'll do the winners.
Yes.
We have Kito Ibushi. I can never say his first name. We have Ibushi taking on Tyler Bate. We have Ricochet taking on Noam Dar.
We got Marty Scrolls taking on Seth Rollins, and Finn Balor taking on Jeff Hardy.
And the very first winner, Ibushi, picks up the big win against Tyler Bate, the first UK champion.
And Ricochet makes Noam Dar into a loser.
And then Marty Scurll, the villain, takes his villainous ways as a way to win against the Architect, Seth Rollins. Big victory, too.
It would be, yes.
Big victory.
And Finn Balor takes out the Hardy.
One painted brother beat another painted
Yes.
brother.
The demon was stronger against Jeff
Enigma.
Hardy. Yes, that's true.
And that's
Finn
all.
Balor deleted Jeff Hardy.
There you go. So now, coming up next, we would then have Ibushi taking on Ricochet, Marty Scurll taking on Finn Balor. Correct?
Yes.
Correct. So the next time we film, that's where we're going with this.
Yes. And
For
who of the
semifinals.
four will be the ultimate Top Rope Reality Cruiserweight champion?
Dun, dun,
Tournament
dun.
champion. It's a pretty good four there.
Pretty good. Pretty good for.
We'll come on back next for part 4 of the list.
That does not miss.
We've got 12 roster moves WWE must make right now. What's a new thing? We've got the WCW 10 WCW moments you totally don't remember. We're number 8.
I remember.
We also got the 10 most unlikely main event acts in WWE history.
Finish.
Number 1. Plus the Montreal Screwjob revisited. The real person responsible.
Dun, dun, dun.
And Hall of Fame should be, might be, not at all. So coming back to part 4 of the list.
That does not miss.
I'm Mike Hogan.
I'm just a cara.
We'll see in a few clicks right here at Top Rope Reality.